playlist I made, the videos are all like half silent, so I have to like manually go to the next one. Anyway, so Katarina, from my experience so far, is a poke heavy monster. Her backdash is kind of whatever, right? You can see it here. I think her side step is good though. It's pretty good. Yeah, better than Jin's at least, right? My up front, one issue that I kind of have with her is her running 3 is kind of shitty. I suppose it hits faster than the slash kick, but it's not plus. Right? That's one thing that kind of bugged me about her. The other thing is her lack of lows, but you know. But generally, she has some really good pokes, like down forward 1-1 jails, down forward 1 by itself is good like always. Down 3 is a great low poke. Down back 3 is good too, but launch punishable. Down forward 3+4 is good too. By the way, let me know if the music is overpowering my voice, because I can't tell. OBS doesn't do a good job of showing me the volume levels. Down forward 3+4 is a good low also, and full crouch down forward 4 is good. But all this shit is launch punishable, except for down 3 on block. So up front, that's like the cool shit about her. I like that she has some decent long range tools, like her down forward 2-2 and down forward 2-4. Good long range tools. And when I get to those moves specifically, I'll tell you why. But I'm just giving you the little, you know, up front what I know about her. She has a snake edge, but you know, if you're relying on that to win, then you're gonna get fucked up by anyone that's any good, right? And she has a really good hop kick. That's a great hop kick. You know. Whatever, right? And the reason I picked the wall stage is because she has some unique stuff, like with down back 3 near the wall, shit like that. Oh yeah, back 2-1. That's another important move because of her tracking. So now I got all of that out of the way. We go from the top, like always, and we go through her move list, right? Now last time I did not have a Tekken bot. This time I do. Tekken bot to tell me the frame data. And my Nocturne. I'm just gonna let it slowly play through the playlist instead of manually changing the songs. So to start, Katarina, her jab like always, +1 on block, +8 on hit, 10 frame high, right? One thing I noticed, her jab animation is funny because she's backslapping you across the chin with her open hand. Keep an open hand, slap him with the ring fingers, you know what I'm saying? And then she has a 1-1, 1-1, and that's her jab punish, 1-1. You can also use 1-2 as a jab punish, but it's the same damage. 1-2 is only +3, 1-1 is +4. So her jab punish is trash. The thing about her jabs is she has a sort of built-in mix-up off of them. Not quite as good as Asuka's mix-ups, but still good, right? So her 1-1 has 4 extensions depending on which button you press. All 4 of the buttons have a different extension. 1-1-1. None of these combo, by the way, on counter hit or on regular hit. 1-1-1 is high mid, safe on block. Let's have her. All right. So -5 on block. All right, and I'll explain why that's there in a bit. 1-1-2 is all highs +7 on block with some pushback. See, you got a little bit of pushback here. 1-1-3 is also safe on block. It's a low crushing mid kick that spikes, and I think it floor breaks, but I'm not sure. And then 1-1-4 is a mid launcher that's really slow. I don't know what the purpose of 1-1-4 is other than a super high risk delayable option to if people start mashing after jabs, and you might catch them with that. But 1-1-4 is launch punishable at -19. And I thought maybe a use for it would be when you catch people in the back. It does launch it, but she recovers too slow. As you can see here, I'll try to pick up with anything. None of it comes out in time. Maybe a big character. Yeah, nothing. Nothing. So it's like, I don't really know what the purpose other than like, you know, see, that doesn't even count, bro. I don't know what the purpose of this is other than just having an option to like fuck with people off of her jabs. So the important jab enders, in my opinion, are 1-1-1 and 1-1-2. 1-1-2 is obviously the most obvious frame trap in the world, +7 on block. and people will know when they learn the matchup that they could duck it, even if the 1-1 hits them. Like stand, if I stand, it's a cross guard. See, she could duck it and launch you. So it's that's when you get the 1-1-1 in, right? So if you hit them and they duck, the last one's gonna catch them, and the last one -1. The last one is -1. I don't know if that's right. 1-1-1. Oh, it is. It's -1 on hit. That's worse than I thought. But there's no counter hit reward. Apparently, it's -1 on hit. I totally forgot about that. I thought it was plus on hit. So it's just like a low reward option. If you want the higher reward option for catching people ducking, 1-1-3, but 1-1-3 is slower. But it does knock them down, right? I don't think if it gives them anything for free. Her stomp is slow, so I doubt the stomp is gonna free. Yeah, see. Maybe this is free. No, not that. I'm back for. Yeah, that might be free. Let me record that on myself. Okay, so I gotta get hit by that. Yeah, it might be free. Yeah, so up back 4 is appears to be free. So if you land that, up back 4 is the way to go. So if you're gonna go mid, I guess that's the good, that's the more rewarding option, but it's slow. So if you get somebody trying to mix you up, like, so yeah, I could duck and stand in reaction to that if I'm fast enough. See? It is safe on block, but, that makes it weak as a mix-up. So now that I know that 1-1-1 is so shitty on hit, only -1, it makes me, like, second guess how good her 1-1 follow-ups are. I gotta lower this just for the sake of my ears. Actually, let me not lower it from here. Let me lower it from here. Either way it goes, that's what that's all about, and it's a setup. The big new killer's 1-1-2, and the obvious setup off of 1-1-2 because it is +7 is this knee down forward 4, 15 frame counter hit juggle starter because it keeps them in range, and then on counter hit you get an easy ass juggle, right? So that's what that's all about. But the thing is, you don't have to commit to the 1-1 into built-in follow-ups. You could just do 1-1 into other shit, right? So 1-1 is only -2. You could still move around, right? It's a little weird to execute for me right now. Partially because of the frame drops, but also because I haven't played Tekken in a while. It's a little awkward because her sidestep is so delayed off of it, but you want to get used to that. If you want to pressure with this, you want to make sure your sidestep timing is good. She's only -2, but there's a big delay, as you can see. Is that her 10 hit? Yeah, that's her 10 hit. So also off of 1-1, you can press forward and hold it, and you go into her Harrier. And her Harrier has 5 options out of it. 1-1 forward 1, which is the move that is designed to stop them from pressing certain buttons. But going into Harrier at a 1-1 on block is like a big disadvantage. So you're not in any sort of frame advantage, but still. 1-1 forward 2 is this unsafe overhead that knocks down a normal hit. 1-1 Harrier 3 is the big gimmicky ass low that's super launch punishment, but she does hop and go over lows. And then 1-1 forward 4 is the big unsafe knee that's does a nice chunk of damage. And then Harrier up forward 3 is what you mix up with the Harrier 3, the low, because she does a similar startup animation where she does the hop. So she hops into the safe mid, which gives her a pretty good Oki, and on counter hit, that mid gives her a juggle. It's the same move as forward 3. She does the exact same move as Harrier up forward 3. And the combo you pick up on counter hit with you pick up with down forward 1. You pick up with back 1, I think. Yeah. Pick up with back 1. You pick up with down 2. No. So down forward 1 or back 1 you can pick up with consistently. You gotta kind of mash it out though. So yeah, like let me just show you about 1-1 into Harrier. So Harrier 1 is a high crush. Oh, right when I say it, huh? Maybe it's not a high crush. Or that one, I'm pressing it too slow. Okay, it's not a high crush. I'm an idiot. But it is a high. It's a high homing move. It's not a high homing move. I'm really wrong already, aren't I? It tracks really well to her right, though. And despite you see how it spins like that, that does mean it wall splats, but it also it does not mean that it's a tailspin. I used to think that meant tailspin, but it doesn't. But it is a high, and off of the jab, you can interrupt it. Exchanges with 13 frames, as you can see here. But my 12 frame mid will beat it out. See? And then, like I say, you can duck, it's a high. So, like, her 1-1 Harrier is fucking trash, is what I'm getting at. There's other ways to go into Harrier on block that are good. But if she hits you, you can't really do shit about this. Right? So, like, you have to duck it or block it. I don't think I could even sidestep it. Right? Yeah, see, I can't sidestep it. I sidestep it in that direction on block, fine. But on hit, it can't sidestep it. And of course, you cannot interrupt it on hit either. Thing is, if you're gonna go 1-1 into Harrier, you might as well just go 1-1 and then take the +4 and go with a more straightforward mix-up. Is my recommendation. I would not recommend doing 1-1 Harrier unless you're trying to gimmick someone out that doesn't know about the matchup. Hold on, I gotta scroll my chat over. I can't see you guys talking. My second monitor experience is not doing well. Maybe I should use pop-out chat. I'm gonna use pop-out chat. Hold on a second here. I've never used this before. Where the hell is pop-out chat? Here it is. It's loading, it's loading, it's loading. Unfortunately, pop-out chat doesn't show me what you guys said before, so the chat just refreshed on me. So if you had any questions, ask again. Otherwise, I'm going to keep going. So yeah, 1-1 Harrier, Gimmick City. 1-1 by itself is okay, but it is her jab punish. It's okay. 1-1-2 is a good mix-up tool, but it's a good noob killer, but it's a okay mix-up tool with 1-1-1, and then 1-1-2 is +7. As far as if you're going against Katarina, you want to counter 1-1-2, you might call Aris talk about this shit. So that's the popular follow-up, right? That's the, you try to jab, you get countered, right? There's a couple things you could do here. Sidestep is one of them. Okay, you can. It seems like I can only sidestep to my right. Right? That's one thing you could do. The other thing is, it pushes back, so backdash. There's zero risk. If you fuck up the backdash, you're gonna block. If you don't fuck up the backdash, you get a whiff, and you can whiff punish. Yeah, you get a backdash. I think even Gigas could backdash this shit. So, and then of course you could just duck the high. But that's just if you don't want to duck the high for whatever reason. Okay. So my recommendation when you block that is to backdash. So here's what ends up happening if you backdash, right? If you backdash, she'll have to go like low to mix it up, right? Because of that pushback, that low doesn't reach. So that means if she goes low, she has to go for the long range lows, which are launch punishable on block. And slow. See, I got a backdash and I was able to cross block. So now that we know that one mid doesn't chase you down the knee, the counter hit, what other super dangerous mid does she have that can chase you down for backdash to block? That one. So you could actually cross block and it still stand in time because the first hit whiffs. Another mid. That's the one that I think she should actually use, which is less rewarding. Yeah, see, the timing on that one makes it good too. Oh, you can still backdash away from it if you get a good backdash in. -10. What's the deal with her rage drive? I can't get the timing down on it. Okay, I'll tell you right now. So you need to go into Harrier for her rage drive. Forward 4 to go into Harrier in the neutral. Well, other moves go to Harrier. 1-1 forward, back 1 forward, down forward 1-1 forward, 4-4-4 forward, and down 2 forward. And then as you're going into Harrier, you want to press 1+2. You can just mash it out. As long as you go into the stance, you can mash it out. So my recommendation, since it's a 1+2, if you're not button binding, and is to go into Harrier and hold one of the punch buttons and mash the other one. So for example, I said 4-4-4 goes to Harrier. You could input 4-4. You could input it as 4-4-4, hold 1, and then press forward. And then mash 2 while you're holding 1. Because to get like a, for example, that's 3+4, right? Wait. Okay. So her super is 3+4, right? If I hold 3 right now and I press 4, I get her super. That's how. It's a little button buffering trick in Tekken. So if you want to consistently get Harrier 1+2 without getting just Harrier 1 or 2, which is a common mistake I make, you could hold one of the punch buttons. So if you're going down 2 Harrier, you could down 2, hold 2, and then press 1 while holding 2. Down forward 1-1, you could hold the 1. Same thing. So her rage drive has a lot of uses too. It gives her a really good Oki. Wow, the audio level's going crazy. My voice might be a little too loud here. So this shit gives really good Oki. If you hit back 4, they have to get up and block it. If they match wake up kick, that's gonna counter hit them. And on counter hit, that shit gives her a juggle. So her rage drive's okay. The only problem with her rage drive is you have to go into Harrier to use it. So it's like it's not something you can use in a neutral situation really all that much. But it's a good juggle tool. It adds a nice little chunk of damage to the end of her juggle, and it gives her good wake ups, good setup stuff for a wake up. If they stay down, you can do that shit. Down back to 3. So yeah, that's that. He doesn't know the term, so I'll translate. Alright. 1 is square, 2 is triangle, 3 is X, 4 is circle. So when I say down forward 1-1, I mean diagonal down and towards. You see, if you see the command on the bottom of on my screen right now. You see the last command is diagonal down and forward. So when I say down forward 1-1, I'm saying down forward plus 1-1, down forward plus square square. And then when you hold forward after that, you go into the Harrier stance. I said you can do forward plus 4 to go to Harrier, forward plus circle. Back 1 forward, back plus square forward. Whatever the other way is. 4-4-4, hit 4 3 times, circle 3 times, and then press forward. You can also kind of mash. Right? So when I say hold 1 and press 2, I mean hold square and press triangle. And that gives you a 1 plus 2. Square plus triangle. Same thing with 3. Hold X, press circle, hit the super. So, because there's no such move, no such string as 4-4-4-1, for example, I could input 4-4-4-1 and then press forward while holding 1 and then press 2 to do Harrier into the rage drive. Wow. 14 damage. Easy. The rage drive isn't great, but that's an okay combat tool. In case you need it. Alright. So I'm still talking about her 1-1 bullshit. Yeah, so to get around her 1-1-2 bullshit, or not, well, not all of it, but to make your opponent have to do some other stuff rather than 1-1-2-4, down forward 4, backdash and duck. Stand block if you see something slow coming. Let me see. You can't really sidestep 1-1-2 or 1-1-4, I think. Ducking when I try to sidestep. My arcade stick may be more fucked up than last time. But whatever, I can't get around it. I could just test like this. See, he's trying. See, I knew it. And then 1-1-1, same thing. Can't do it. Does 1-1-1 even give anything if you catch a croucher? No, it doesn't look like it. Damn, 1-1-1 sucks the dick, dude. 1-1-2 on hit does seem to give you +9, which is nice. But it's not that special. So it's one of those moves that seems strong up front, but when you fight someone that knows, it ain't shit. Alright, so now that's enough for the 1-1 stuff. Okay, we got 1-2. Real shitty. 1-4. Okay, so this is always nice to have, even though the low only tacks on 10 damage. But it just makes you one more buff to have that option built into it, because, you know, 1 is the universal offense starter. As long as you know at the wall, if you block 1-2, just backdash the knee. I said that already, Serio. I also showed it. There you go. Not only that, it's not just about the knee, Serio. It's that you get away from this, her only relatively safe low poke. So she has to do the long punishable lows if she wants to reach you. That, you know? So you could backdash, duck, and then stand if she does anything else. Up 4-4 will whiff. The second hit will reach, but because of that whiff, you can easily stand and block. Down forward 2 whiffs too, apparently. If you got a full backdash in there. Oh, that's your gigas, I imagine. You can also sidestep the knee to your right. Off of 1-1-2. So yeah, 1-4. This is a nice option to get people to like duck after you do just a jab. And it just it's just another option to make jabs down forward 1 stronger. Because she's a lot of down forward 1 pressure, Miguel style, Lee style maybe even. So anything to make down forward 1 pressure better, this is just another tool that does that. You jab into down 1, little boosh, right? I think it's only +1. Yeah, it's only +1 though. I don't think it gives anything on counter hit. On counter hit, it's still +1. The animation's a little different, look like. No, it's not different. It looks like that's that shit that John Jones does to fucking look at that. Look at the knee. Look at the way it bends. Look at that knee. That looks like you're tearing some cartilage off of that kick. She's going for the knee, right for the knee. That's vicious. Oh, the music is overpowering? Sorry. Damn, I'm in Shin Megami Tensei and Shoji Meguro mood because they announced the Persona dancing games. Alright, I lowered it. So, that kneecap destroying shit buffs her jab pressure, like I said. And that's really all that's about. What is it on block? Crouch guard, right? So on block, it's negative 12. So it is risky. So if she hits you, okay, you could low parry it on block, right? On hit though, you cannot. Oh, that's a natural combo on normal hit. I didn't even know that. As a matter of fact, that's probably her actual 10-frame Punisher then, right? Yeah, well no, it's also 17 damage. So, and it's only +1. So no, never mind that. Oh shit, my chat disappeared. Fucking chat. You know what, I'm gonna put it back here. Alright, there, I got the full chat back now. Although all the things you guys said disappeared on me. So I guess 1-4 is another jab punish, but it's not worth using over 1-1 because it's the same damage. Your jab punish is trash. Still. Alright, next we got her 12-frame punish, 2-2. You could also, because she does not have a forward 2 move, you could hold forward while doing it to add a bit of range. So if you're going to do 2-2, always hold forward. 2 by itself is not really worth doing. It has good range though. Like, pretty much the round start is the range. Yeah, a little bit back, you lose it. Punch her right in the titty. And this does wall stack because it causes the spin there, as you can see. It's unsafe on block though. It's negative 12 on block, so you can punish it with itself. And it is high. I don't know if it jails. It jails, so they cannot duck it. So it stays at negative 12 basically. They won't be able to launch you for it. Still, it's solid damage. It's a good 12-frame Punisher. The only thing it's missing is it doesn't knock down, but big fucking whoop, right? 30 damage, it's good damage. And like I said earlier, wall splats, and it has good range. So you can't ask for much more than that, right? And it causes a spin, you know, good Oki. I mean, not good, you know, good follow-ups because it's like +10 that spin. You know, you can do whatever the fuck. You know, they're still pretty much in range for a hopkick. They can backdash away, but with that spin, you can do other stuff. You're not without options. And the tracking on it. Let me see. Okay, so there's no real tracking on it. So that's another thing you gotta worry about too. But you should be using it mainly as a block punch anyway. I wouldn't use it in a neutral situation, so be careful with that shit. Alright, so next we have her 3-3-3-3-3-3-3 bullshit. FYI, this 3-3-3 bullshit is the same as her while standing 3-3-3-3. Natural combo, all of it. And basically, at a certain point, you could realize it's hitting and keep going. By the time you get to that third hit, you should be able to confirm that you hit all of it. You know, and to keep going. And the third hit is safe on block. The whole thing is negative 14 with a little bit of pushback. Just a little bit of pushback there. The high is also unsafe. I forget if it jails. I don't know if it does. Crouch. It jails, so it doesn't matter if there's a high there, unless you whiffed up beginning. And what was the whole thing? 44 damage. It's also a bootleg wall combo. But I wouldn't do that over like. If you want damage and no Oki, damage. Or you can do what other people do for some reason. They do the stomp. Which I'm still not sure why. Like, the stomp doesn't give you anything for free there, I think. Like, I don't think that's free. Or whatever. And the startup on this is 16 frames. So, you know, you're going to launch at 15 frames with something with equal range. So, that's not a good block punisher. So, it's hard to really say what the good usage is for this. Other than sometimes during a wall combo, if you just need an easy wall combo, you can do that. But remember that it's -14 if you're fighting against Cat. How's the tracking on this? I might as well check, right? So she does realign slowly, but it whiffs. It tracks a little bit better to her left. It tracks pretty good to her left, huh? -7. Alright, at -1, she got her on the beginning. But the second hit caught on her. There it is. I talked about why backwood is an important move before. This is why. A lot of range, and it covers her left side really well. From experience, I can tell you a lot of Mishimas, they like to sidestep right and electric at the beginning of the round, because that realigns if you sidestep left. So a lot of beginning of the rounds, I'll just mash this out in the beginning, back 1, 2. Anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. So 3, 3, 3 is kind of whatever. Next we got 4, 4, 4, 4. Oh yeah, 3, 4 is also another option. I forgot about this move existing completely. I gotta be honest with you guys. Maybe this is good, and I haven't been using it. That is a natural combo. Alright. What's the data on this? It's just a high damage knockback. How's it looking, Juggle? I thought it would be good wall carry, but you got this for wall carry. So, don't need that. So, that's 3-4, and while standing 3-4. It is natural combo, it does knock back. It says -13 on block here. Let's see if it jails. Duck, cross guard, okay. It doesn't jail, and it's -13 on block. That move sucks. Maybe it's a whiff punisher. 16 frame startup, doesn't... Unsafe. Mid-high, doesn't jail. Fuck, you know? Fuck that. If you're gonna take that risk, go with it like a 2-2 for a wall splat. If you know, don't use this. Unless you really desperately need a mid wall splat. I don't remember she has a safe on block mid wall splat. Now that I think about it. Up, back 4, you can wall splat with, and it's safer than that. And it has a really good hitbox too. Yeah, this move sucks. I don't know if any uses for this move. Don't use it. So next we got the 4 series, the Magic 4 series. So the cool thing about her Magic 4 is she can convert if you're really good without committing to the string, see? And at point blank, right? It's only like at super shallow where she can't get that. Oh, getting ahead of myself. So it's like, why is that good? Because the easy way to convert off of her Magic 4 is to commit to 4, 4, 4. So if you whiff the 4, or you're trying to come from across the screen and you come in with all that shit, it makes you open to being whiff punished with a launcher all fucking day, unless they blocked up the the second and the third hit. All right. So counter hit, ba ba ba. That's the juggle, right? Then it's whatever. 3 of them, ba ba ba. That's the easy juggle. Can she convert off of 2? I think she can. Yeah, she can. So she could convert off of 1 hit, off of 2 hits, off of 3 hits. I would recommend getting the hang of getting that down. I think that's worth it. So you don't have to always commit to the 3 hits. Also, I don't know if that jails because the 3rd hit is a high. Let me see. No, she's ducking too early. I gotta do it on myself. Okay, it jails, so you don't have to worry about them ducking, man. But this is what I'm talking about, see? If you're just trying to, like, you think they're going to come in, you're going to do a Magic 4, and you're going to commit to that, you're going to get owned up. Because Magic 4 is typically used as a keep out. Because it's relatively okay to whiff. Like, people have to be really sharp to whiff punish a Magic 4 with a full-on launcher. Especially from, like, this range. So if I think you're coming in, bop. But if I commit to the 3 hits, it makes you way more open to being launch punished. Either way it goes, on counter hit, obviously it all connects. That high before the last hit, I don't know if you could, if that still jails. It don't. Oops. I think that last hit is safe. -9 is safe. Also, you could interrupt the 4th hit. Alright, so you can interrupt it with jabs. She beat out my 12 frame. I don't have an 11 frame that I know of to test. So you can interrupt it with jabs. You could duck the 4th hit high. Can you sidestep the last hit? You can sidestep the high. Oof, look at that. Yeah, that shit's whatever. You know what, let me see something. Ah, there's a use for that. I don't know of any juggle that she has where she ends it with jab, jab, you know, for you to be able to do that, but... that's just whack. So yeah, her 4 series, you know, 4, 4, 4, and 4, 4, 4 are all good. I wouldn't go beyond the 3rd hit. You could have sidestepped jet up for that shit. Correct, Milo, correct. Please let me know, by the way, if the volume is too loud. Hey, Jukinator, weren't you just streaming Dragon Quest 11? I was pipping your stream out on Discord. Also, you could also go into, ooh, what the fuck? I've never done this like this. Huh. This is good for juggles, like off of all standing. You could go 4, 4, 4. There are juggles. I don't know how to do them because I've never done these juggles. Why am I counter hitting? Whatever, I just do that. But even that's not consistent. But either way, I've seen people use this for juggles. 4, 4, 4 forward. So there are some juggles that you'll see that use that. I personally don't. I use really straightforward cat juggles. I don't use that like down 2, down forward 1 pickup after Tailspin that other people do. Because that shit is easy to drop. Next on the list. Pipping out Jinkinator. Seiryu, what's up? 3 is fine always, I think. Really no reason not to do 3. Just make sure you know the range. Oh yeah, I agree with you, Seiryu. I don't know. I think the only situation I want to use for you, like I said, is if you're using Magic 4 for keep out from long range. This used to be a more, it still is. This is a popular way to use Magic 4. It got more risky after Tekken Tag 2 nerfed all Magic 4s. Because before Tekken Tag 2, Magic 4s recovered like that. They were like -3 on block. They recovered super fast on whiff, so it was just some shit you just toss out from back here. And then if somebody tried to come in with a jab, bah! Get him with the fucking counter hit and you kill him. And then that's what makes it valuable for you to be able to convert off of a single hit. So if you use it from that range, sorry, I see something on top of my camera there. So if you use it from that range, right, and you want to be able to convert, because that's the kind of range where you're throwing the following 2 out while people moving around are going to make those other 2 hits whiff really easily. But if you're just using it like from here up close, then it doesn't matter. They're going to probably block the other 2 hits. You can also sidestep it, by the way. So you're right. Sidewalk. That's not a punish. She recovers quite quick. She recovers quite fast. Look at that. That's not a punish either. That's a punish. Woof. Maybe I would just do like a 12-frame punish instead of trying to commit to a 15-frame. Because if you're too early, that third kick is gonna catch you. So maybe I wouldn't, unless you're super sharp, I wouldn't go 15 frames on that. Alright. Now that we got that out of the way. Next we got forward 3. So, I mean, this is like a low crush. It forces crouch at -9 on block. I don't really know about this move. I see. Forces crouch. -9. Doesn't really track. It does, like I said, crush. I can't tell if this is because of the range. Crouch jab. Yeah, I think it's because of the range. Yeah. So it's not even like a particularly great low crush, you know? It doesn't crush early. If it crushed early, then I'm like, alright, that's a use for this move. It does spike. So I think that's guaranteed. Up, back, 4. Let's see. Yeah, it hits me before I could even roll. So that's guaranteed for sure. It doesn't seem to do anything special on counter hit though. Yeah, not special on counter hit. I'm not sure if that floor breaks, but whatever. She has a better floor break with Harrier too, so there's no reason. I mean, it is safe on block, so the hitbox seems like it might be okay. I haven't tested it against AOP, but this has a great hitbox, so I don't really care. Next we have the almighty down forward 1. -1 on block, +5 on hit. I talk about these kinds of down forward 1 pokes all the fucking time. You go jab to down forward 1, you're probably not going to have to worry about any mids interrupting you. They would have to do jabs or highs of some sort, right? Like a Feng palm or something. So I'd be more worried about challenging Feng or Jack maybe with this kind of setup. But still, down forward 1s, you can always move after them whether they hit or they're blocked. You can always slice them down forward 1 all day long, right? She has the down forward 1/1, which is a 13 frame Punisher, which I wouldn't do unless you need a mid, because this is a high. I would still do that for 13 frames if it's an option. If it's an option where you're punishing 13 frames and they're crouch, then do down forward 1/1 instead. It does jail. Crouching guard, see? Alright, so see she ducks. It jails, see? Mid-high jails. Down forward 1-1 is -7. And she can go into Harrier when you hold forward. So, just another heads up here. While standing 1-1 forward, also goes into Harrier and it also jails. Mid-high jails. From my testing, from what I recall, way back before the game even officially came out, the frame data seemed to be about the same when you go into Harrier out of both while standing 1-1 and down forward 1-1. So now that I got that out of the way, I think the frame data on this on block is better than the 1-1. Okay, not quite. Okay, 13 frame exchanged. So Harrier 1. What is Harrier 1? 12 frames. Harrier 1 is 12 frames. Good. I didn't know what the Harrier moves frame data was before, but now I know. So down forward 1-1 Harrier into a 12 frame move. It's exchanging with a 13 frame move. So this is -1, right? Yeah. So down forward 1-1 into Harrier is -1. That's what that tells me. On block. Yeah, what's up? Is that Bluefin? It's Bluefin, yeah. What's going on? Yep, I'm going through the Shoji Meguro music because they announced Persona 3 and 5 dancing games. So I was like, alright, I'll go to some Shoji Meguro. Just let me know if it's overpowering my voice, because I'm always bad at the volume mixing, because OBS sucks at telling me how the volume is mixed. Anyway, let's look at the Harrier frame here real quick. So that's, you know, the 1 is obviously her fastest move, but all the other Harrier moves are slow. That knee is pretty fast, 15 frames. If there was a way to cancel Harrier into block, it would be so much better. As it is right now, it fucking sucks. At least it's not counter hit. So, down forward 1-1 by itself is solid, and down forward 1 is good. Down forward 1-1 is another thing to stop people from mashing after, let me see something. Okay, so because it jails, it doesn't allow you to mash in between each hit anyway. So it's just a way to get an extra little reward if they duck. That's it. And this is for her wall combo, like I showed before. This into the knee, Harrier knee, is a high damage wall combo with 0 weight Oki. You throw away all Oki if you use it as your wall combo. Keep in mind that the Oki is so bad that you have to guess wake-up kicks. You cannot interrupt wake-up kicks. Jester Muffin. Howdy. That's a familiar name. That's a good name. I like that name. Alright. My freaking sinuses are kicking in. So down forward 1-1 is good shit. Down forward 1-1 Harrier. It does say -1 here. Good. Good shit. I don't think I looked at this last time. This on hit is +10 apparently. So this on hit. Let's see, the Harrier. That's gonna interrupt. Harrier 2 is. Alright, so down forward 1-1 on hit into Harrier makes Harrier 1, Harrier 2, and Harrier 4 uninterruptible. That's too slow. So the mid-low mix-up is too slow. See? No jab. Also, can you sidestep? Oh, you cannot sidestep that. Well, you can only go to your left, looks like. But not to your right. I kind of wish that knee was safe. I don't know. Oof. So you want to go to your right against the knee. So here's the thing about Harrier. If you want to counter people abusing Harrier, here's what I notice. The actual Harrier mix-up is when the low is involved. So if they involve the low, they're going to go low or mid. If you delay a jab, you'll never have to worry about that shit. This stance sucks. It's great for combos, that's it. Alright, so. Ooh. Alright, let's change it up. So that's going to be the key move because it's slow enough to fuck me up, right? What is it? Is that the mid? Okay, I'm looking for the punch mid. Okay. Is that the low? Okay. No, this is the one that got her under my jab, right? So you have to jab early. For that one, right? So that, okay, so that's the one, right? I'm trying to see how late I could, Alright, you know what? I underestimated this. It going under the jab that like it did there makes this a little bit better than I thought. It's still super high risk, but I was like, if you could just challenge it, then it would be kind of shitty. I'm noticing that it has a different animation on counter hit. Oh, it has this counter hit animation. Where that's free. Oh, stomp is guaranteed. That's a great stomp because it does a lot of damage. It's just horrible on block. This is, she's full crouch here. Oh, it's guaranteed off of that too. I didn't know that. She has to crouch cancel though. So Harrier low on counter hit, you can mash out the stomp and get it because she recovers standing. Key charge. Like she's about to do a disco dance. Alright. So you could get the stomp off of that too. I didn't know that. Shit. Beta, what's up? This is Persona 3 beta. Persona 4 is coming. Be surprised I was wrong. P3 and P4. Yeah, somebody else. Alright. Yeah, like I said, they announced the dancing game. I don't know if you played the Persona 4 dancing game for the Vita. I like it a lot. Some good remixes there. I do wish there was a couple of songs that they didn't put in there, but whatever. Anyway. So we're going to get it for Persona 3 and 5. So the Harrier mix-up is, it's alright. It's alright. It's high risk, though. If anybody blocks that low, you're going to get fucked. So next we got down forward 2. So Aros was looking into this move, and I had to fucking damn near spam his chat to tell him, hey, this is gimmicky, kind of, if you're ready for it. So here's the down forward 2 moves. Down forward 2-2, and down forward 2-4. Down forward 2-2 is mid, -10? -10? Yeah, -10 on block. Wall splats on normal hit. It pushes back a bit on block too. Has a lot of range. But a little bit of pushback, not much. You can always get a 10 frame on there and there. Down forward 2-4 is +1 on block. They both wall splat. Down forward 2-4 causes the spin. They're both natural combo too. They both combo on normal hit. That causes the spin. That causes that. You get the wall splat. You get the wall splat, right? So, you think, oh, mid-high, duck the high, or you block the mid, right? Jab. You could sidestep both, sidewalk maybe, to your right. Let's try step right. You can sidestep both to your right. There is no mix-up. Don't go to your left, though. If you go to your left, Aris assumed because that high kicks that way visually, it looks like it tracks. Don't. They both track to her right, though. So don't go to your left. Go to your right. This might not be universal. You might not get it with your character if he's a little bit wide, you know. But like I imagine Jack won't be doing this. Gigas definitely won't be doing this. But you know. Can you check how many frames down forward 1-1 is? It's 13 frames, Dion. Down forward 1-1 is 13 frames plus 5 on hit. Plus 4 on hit, sorry. And if you go to Harrier on hits, when you hold forward, you're plus 10. If you go to Harrier on block, into that, you're -1. And your fastest option for Harrier is this, 12 frame high. That's how that works. Yeah, I know who you're talking about, that DLC. I beat that DLC. That's my favorite song. It's actually the only song I have trouble beating on hard in that game. On the hardest difficulty. Still, down forward 2, these are really good moves. If you don't get too crazy abusing them, they're great moves, especially at the wall. Especially at the wall. That's usually where cat players use it. Has a lot of range, 17 frames to start up, but has quite a bit of range. And that first hit by itself is actually half decent as a long-range tracking move. If I'm not mistaken, it tracks at least in one direction. Let's see. Okay. It tracks to both. Yeah, this shit tracks really fucking good. This shit tracks really good. Maybe not walk though. It tracks step good. Whew. Right. There you go. So you have to side walk to get around that first hit to your right. Unless you're at +1 situation, not so much though. Yeah, okay. So off of a jab, you can't step it or walk it at all. Off of a jab. Maybe Lily can, I don't know. Katarina does seem to have just an okay sidestep. But it seems solid for anything but side walk to her left. Like this. Everything is great at your Judas. Also, down forward 2-4 is a tailspin move. In the juggle, you typically need to land like a down forward 1. Somewhere in the middle juggle, you need a down forward 1 to set it up. You can't just do it like out of nowhere. Like if I try to do this off of the Harrier, it's gonna whiff, you see? But if I try to do this, Harrier 1, down forward 1, and then do it, it's a good tailspin. It's a high damage tailspin too, because it's what is it? 17 damage 2 times. 2 hits, 17 damage each. So it's a good tailspin move. Not as good as this, but take it, right? Alright, next we got down forward 3, which has down forward 3-3, which has a cancel. So this is one of those noob killers, those like, oh, strings, mids into lows. There's a little pause there. She could cancel it though and go into full crouch. Kind of gimmicky, kind of. I don't know if anything's guaranteed unless it looks like it does the same knockdown as this because it looks like it's the same move. Yeah, well, it's not quite exactly the same, but so what that tells me, let's go to the wall. Where the hell's wall? We're going to the wall. We're gonna have her stand guard, and then stand guard again. I had guard on the first hit, right? Yeah. So here, just like with down back 3, that's guaranteed. That's guaranteed with down back 3. So if they're at the wall, if you get that low, up back 4 is guaranteed. And the Oki's kind of crazy because she lands on her face. To give you an example, if she were to get up straight, that hits her in the back like that. Just the first hit though, because of that wall spot, the second hit will whiff. You do it again. It's like, get up. So you can mix up a low and the mid again, basically, is what I'm saying. Because of this move being so good at the wall, it's good in general, but especially good at the wall, her mix up at the wall is always essentially a low or this mid. That's pretty much what it always is. You know, in wall splats. So yeah, she gets that at the wall, but nothing free mid stage. I'm assuming. Don't assume. Ooh, that was interesting. She tried to get up, but she got kicked in the rear. Let's see. Alright, you gotta hold back. You try to stand straight up, you get kicked in the back of your legs. But if you hold back, you get away from that. That running 3 is so shitty. A disgustingly normal human. Could he just hop kick that? Hop kick what? This? I don't think so. I think you have to block or low parry. Yeah, you have to block or low parry. So I think this was really good on block, isn't it? No, never mind that. Oh, hell no, it's not good at block at all. What am I saying? That shit's negative 19. You can't sidestep it either, I think. Oop. I think if that mid hits you in the back like that, I think that low is guaranteed. I'm pretty sure it is. Yep, that low is, if that hits you back turn for any reason, that low is guaranteed. That makes me think there's probably some sort of Oki. It might be a really good Oki tool. It might be. This music reminds you of Mega Man 8 OST. This music is from Persona 3. This is one of the your chilling music. It's called Changing Seasons, I think. Anyway, so that's what this move's about. This cancel seems kind of whatever. I mean, she recovers full crouch. Yeah, she recovers full crouch from that. Could catch him with that fake out. I don't know. I might try to get some mileage out of that shit. I don't know. Next is down forward 4. That's her 15 frame counter hit tool. Like I said before. 15 frames, there's no real tracking on it. I didn't check the tracking on down forward 3. I might as well do that too, right? Okay, down forward 4 tracks really decently to her right. So I know already it loses to her left. Down forward 3's tracking is kind of suspect, but down forward 4 seems good for Katarina's right side. And she looks so much better, in my opinion, without the dumbass stomach tattoo, cross tattoo, whatever that is. That stupid flying heart. So whatever, it's -9 on block. It's only +2 on hit, which is unfortunate, but whatever. Yeah, +2 on hit. But still, remember, anytime you're in a +5, even a +4, even a +3 situation, this is worth considering. Yu Narukami looks the smoothest. Although I like the new guy with his glasses. Alright, next we got down 4 +3 +4. This is super long range low right here, right? This is like 3 backdashes away. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3 and a half. Okay, so 3 backdashes away. 3. 1, 2. On counter hit, guaranteed follow-ups, right? If you're too far away from that, that's cross cancel. Tap up, press down, +3 +4 for that. And like I said before, the button buffering trick, you're pressing down forward 3 +4. Hold one of the kick buttons when you do it. I'm holding 4 and I'm sidestepping, tapping up and pressing down +3 while holding 4. If you're too far to get that stomp, you can just full crouch down forward 4. Well, maybe not. You can do it up close though. That's what I did. She might get something more. I don't know what she would get if you can't. Maybe 4-4-3. Yeah, maybe that'll work. All right, so let's go. Charge. 1, 2, 3. 4-4-3. There you go. Forward, 3. There's no official name for P5. We gotta wait for the anime, man. Joker. When the anime comes out, he'll get an official name. That was the case with Persona 3 and 4, wasn't it? Alright, so this also tracks okay-ish, right? I think. Alright, it's just so slow that I feel like I have to record this test. Yeah. Okay. So you could get around it. I remember when I first tested this, I didn't do a great job. When I did my stream on Smashbox, whatever the fuck it's called. I didn't do the best job, and I thought this tracked really well. Turns out it doesn't. I don't know what to do at that angle. Either way it goes, it has a fuck ton of range. It is awful on block though. Well, it's pretty bad on block. If you block it from far away. Oh, but one thing I do like about it is it low profiles. So, like, give an example, when I fought Bloodhawk's not Katarina, I fought Bloodhawk's Kazumi before. If you don't notice, Kazumi has, like, probably the worst hop kick in the game right now, the shittiest. Next to Lucky Chloe's regular hop kick, not the launch punch one, up forward 4. Kazumi's like a little hopping knee that goes upward. It's like, doesn't have any forward movement at all. So basically, like Jad, like this, backdash this, this setup right here, he couldn't reach me with the hop kick. That shit whiffed all day. So it does have that little low profiling aspect of it, that low. But Katarina's hop kick seems too good for me to try that on, right? Yeah, see, that hop kick has a good hitbox. That was an example. That whiffing there. There you go. That's an example of what I'm talking about. That looks like it should have a good hitbox too, right? That's a mid. That's a mid, see? Low profile. Akira Kurusu. Oh, there's a manga out already? I didn't know. Anyway, this is negative 16, it says. Yeah. So, with Katarina, I only use her while standing 2 to punish. I don't know why. When I duck highs, I do up forward 4. I guess it's because I get that stupid issue with my arcade stick where I try to do like a duck into a while standing, and I get just like that. I get a full crouch jab instead. So I made it a habit of the ducking highs and then doing up forward 4 right out of that. That's still 15 frames. Either way it goes, this is negative 16. So, oh, we could test negative 16 with while standing 3. There you go. That's 16 frame startup. From max range. Yeah, no, it moves her forward too much, so there's no like long range to make it like safe. So look at that, even with that whiff, she moves forward too much, so you can't really make it like super safe or sort of safer. All right, so next we got down 1. So that's her Harrier too, basically, except for the left hand. This is 17 frames, forces crouch on hit and block. +3 on hit, force crouch. -7 on block, force crouch. Knocks down on normal hit. Sorry, knocks down on counter hit. You recover standing. No free stomp. That might be free. Block. Yeah, that might be guaranteed. Yeah, so up back 4 is definitely guaranteed. Whew. So this is actually a pretty decent move. There are times where she's kind of evasive during it. What does it say here? It doesn't say anything about tech crouch or anything. 17 frame startup. Yeah, this move is like a little weird. It seems weirdly evasive. It might just make me see things sometimes, but... no tracking on it though. I don't know. I suspect that this might be a good hitbox move for something like AOP though. Because if you hit people out of the air, it does the spike. Which floor breaks too. See? It does the spike. It's a pretty good move though. Down 2. Ooh, this is a counter hit move. Not a fan. I got some chill tracks in the middle of the other tracks, you know what I'm saying? I like piano, man. So this is another way to go into Harrier. This is a nice, like, okay damage move. Better than that. So in juggles, this gives you more damage than back 1. Back 1's 13 to 17. They both go into Harrier. So that's why if you can fit this into Harrier instead of back 1 into Harrier, you should for juggles. A little more damage. That's why you'll see me do this, and pick up with down 2 instead of back 1. But after you do Harrier 1, you cannot land down 2. So you can't do this. Down 2 here. Oops. Down 2 Harrier 1, and then down 2. See? It resets. That doesn't combo. So they can tech out of that. So that's why after you land a Harrier 1, you pick up with back 1, which is less damage, but still. Like this. So like I just showed you there, down to counter hit juggle starter. It is -11 on block though. As you can see. On normal hit, it's even. So it's kind of whatever as a counter hit tool. But the one thing I noticed about this move is it doesn't track per se, but it's one of those where if you sidestep and it whiffs slow enough that if you swing, you're going to get hit by it. You're going to get clipped. you have to sidewalk. It also slowed up that if she were to jab into it, you can't really step. You have to like sidewalk to make it whiff. See? It has pretty good range. Round start range. A little bit past round start range. Yeah. So a little bit past round start range. So that's about range like 2, I'd say. So it definitely has good range too, but it's unsafe. It's unsafe, and in my opinion, if you have a counter hit juggle starter that's unsafe, I think the normal hit reward needs to be good for it to be worthwhile, like +8, +9. Unfortunately, this is 0, so it's kind of whatever. It's a Harrier though. This is the only one that is plus on block. So this is where this move gets interesting to me. This is in my opinion probably why they made it kind of whatever on normal hit. Because this is uninterruptible on block. See? It's a high though. Oop, duck. It is +3 on block, it says here. +14 to 15 on a hit. But you can guard, so nothing guaranteed after it. That's why, but that's why it shows up as a combo. Well, not for me. See, it shows up as a combo because that's like +13 to 15 or some shit like that on hit. And that's a 12 frame high, but you can block that, obviously. It's one of those, see? Oh, I forgot I changed my Steam name to MannyBiggz. So, what was it? We had, this is 18, so this becomes uninterruptible. This is 15, so that becomes uninterruptible. That's 26. So you could jab this still. You could jab this, you could maybe 12 frame this. 27, same thing here. You could maybe 13 frame the overhead high on hit. See, 14 frame move exchanged with the 27 frame move. That also might make this unsidesteppable on hit. See, I kind of wish this was a faster move to force this mix-up out of much better. But it's a 20 frame move, so it's like... Still though, this track is the last boss music of Persona 3. Still though, that plus on block for Harrier 1 setups to stop people from pressing buttons makes that the best neutral way to go into Harrier. And the cool thing about that into Harrier 1 is if you were to score the counter hit, Harrier 1 would still allow you to float for juggle. See? So, like, that's just a makeshift juggle I came up with off the top of my head. I've never done that juggle in my life, but, you know, you could probably get better. So, if you're worried about a situation where, like, if you follow up to Harry, you can't get a juggle, you actually can. And not only do you get a juggle off of the uninterruptible option on block, unless they crush. So, that's pretty good shit. That's what makes that move cool. In my opinion. Outside of Harrier, that move is kind of whatever. I do wish it were a little faster. 20 frames is like, nah. But that's down 2. Good move. Alright, next we have what, in my opinion, is her actual best low poke that's underappreciated. Down 3. So the thing about Katarina that's common is almost all of her low pokes that don't knock you down are even on hit. That's even on hit. That's even on hit. That's even on hit. That's negative on hit. And that's negative on hit. Actually, that's a generic down 4. 12 frame low, by the way. Down +4. So, I'll keep adjusting this camera because I'm trying to get it away from the light behind me. So, having said all of that, 16 frame startup, 12 damage. And if I'm not mistaken, this tracks quite well, or at least okay. So jab, nope. 1, 2, nope. For 1, nope. 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 Jab, nope. 1, 2, nope. Standing 4, nope. Now forward 1, nope. Now forward 1 to 1, nope. 1, nope. Ooh, she was off axis. Ah. A little weird. This is random. -1 situation she got around it. +1 though? Nope. Either way it goes, in my opinion, it's most important off of this, because that's where I usually set it up. That's where I set the classic this into that, this into that, this into this. You know, that kind of shit, right? Oh, this credits music is so good. Yeah, so it's consistent on everything except sidewalk to her right. Your left, if you were against her. Sidewalk to, okay, if you're the one using the move, if they sidewalk to your right, it loses some of the consistency because she's swinging with her left leg. That's down third, right? Next thing about this, it's only -11. See? But she has 2 built-in follow-ups. Down 3-3 and down 3-4. Both of these combo on counter hit. 32, solid damage. 60 frame stardom. 32, same damage. Safe on block, -4. -13 with pushback. With pushback. This is a lot of pushback. You have to be ready. Luckily, she has a long-range 12 frame Punisher here. So she'll always punish this. She's good for it. There's a lot of situations, though, where I see shitty Katarina players do this to catch you sleeping. And I already suspect one way that I'll catch, but let's see if I'm right. Okay, not so much. Okay, luckily she reaches. But I've seen a lot of shit loose to this. See, Katarina's stuff has good range, so I can't really show you, but I have seen this happen. I've seen it happen to Aris a lot when he fought this character. You know, maybe not so much anymore, but when he used to fight this character more often. Wow, that second one hits grounded. I didn't know that. A 4-4-4 hits grounded. Remember that when I get there. Either way it goes, if you fight against Katarina, remember that mid is unsafe. That high is what makes it safe. Right, so basically, if you try to punish this on block, you have to deal with that secondary mix-up. Because that's 11 frames I just tried. Again, 11 frames I just tried. Thankfully, there's no counter hit properties on either the mid or the high. Thankfully, that would make that shit really fucked up. But still, so you have this like. This low poke that tracks pretty well. Only leaves her at 0. It's not the best. I wish it was +1, honestly. At least it leaves her at point blank, so she could like really fuck with you. It tracks okay-ish, and then she has these built-in follow-ups to really fuck with you. And yeah, that high leaves her at +6 without much pushback. The mid pushes back at 0, so the mid is a neutral situation with range. So that shit is good. It's quite good. I don't think there's any juggle stuff out of this section. She recovers too slow. Yeah, she recovers too slow. Oh, really? Carrier, damn it. I didn't know that. So if that ever picks up, you could pick up with Harrier back one Harrier. Interesting. So yeah, this is like a key low poke, in my opinion. It's also one of the reasons I would recommend you low parry, cat. Like fuzzy low parry. Block the other stuff. The slower stuff you want to block. The fast one you want to low parry. This, that, and that. That's it. Alright, so next we got down by 3. So I talked a bit about this already. This is super unsafe. This is their knockdown low on normal hit. Super unsafe. The Oki after it is kind of whatever. Like, that's what I usually go for. It sets up people if they try to press anything. And if you don't suck like I'm sucking right now, if you actually get it, sets people up to get counter hit. But it's not guaranteed. So. If I hold back, it hits me. I didn't even know. As long as I execute perfectly, I cannot hold back against that. But you could side roll, right? Huh. There you go. You can side roll towards the background to get away from that. You try to wake up kick, counter hit, and then she gets a juggle. We stay down and with low wake up kick, counter hit. Can you just stand up and guard? You can stand guard. There you go. And that keeps you. That's probably the best way to block this. Get up, stand guard, and then she's at -7 in your face. Although you recover crouching, so keep that in mind. But still, that's the best way to like block it and keep your advantage, or like steal the advantage or whatever, not keep it. And then you mix that up with. That's not too great. She can make it whiff by getting up. The Persona Fez. Wow, if you stand straight up, the low doesn't even catch you. Yeah, her options are kind of limited. That's kind of my beef with this move. I wish they were in range at least for her low to clip you. If you stood straight up. I'm okay with it whiffing if you hold back. But that blows up all mix-up opportunity to the point where when I hit it, I feel like I have to dash for my follow-up. So I guess really what it is this into this. Stops them from doing stuff, and then it opens up the dash, right? That's what's going on, but that's like high risk. Especially this situation means low wake up kick is a juggle starter. So on normal hit, as long as you're close, and you don't want to get hit by that shit, even though it's supposed to be a good Oki situation. So the key thing to remember about this move though is the wall. I showed it earlier. At the wall, this is guaranteed, and that's a very good Oki situation. It basically resets it to itself. Or this again. Well, you don't get it the second time, but you could also do that again, right? So it's a nice situation for you. But yeah, that shit is super unblockable. Super unblockable. Super unsafe. Why did I say unblockable? It's also edge case seeable. The startup on this stupid thing it's 25. It's like 1 frame faster than Miguel's low punch, which is considered seeable. I think his low punch is 26 or 27. I shave my beard, Vince, because the only reason I don't shave is because I'm lazy, and I got it's hard to see when you're on camera, but I got a weird little patchy thing going on where I don't really grow any hair like a line here, and I don't really grow much hair here, so I just look like a fucking crazy homeless person. Anyway, so yeah, this is it's a okay low, and I think it tracks to like one side, but it's super unsafe, and if you keep using it too much, it definitely will become seeable if your opponent is good. This is because it's so slow. So it tracks well to her left. As it looks like it should, because that's the direction she's sweeping the leg in. Woo! At -1, she got around it. Weird, right? But she can't at -3. This is one of those things. This song reminds me of Napoleon Dynamite. Woo! Okay. So that low is not as good as you might think. Not as good as cat players make it look, at least. What's next here? Down back four is a snake edge. You know what a snake edge is about, right? Super seeable, even though people are still having trouble seeing it. I guess because Katarina is a little weird looking and she has a lot of sweeps and shit. But still, 29 frames. Only 4 frames slower than this shit. But it gives you a juggle. It actually gives you high damage juggles too. Mixed up with that shit, right? Wow, that ain't combo. Like trying to make new combos here. Whatever. Just do simple shit. It's actually high damage. That's like a really high damage juggles off of that sweep. It's homing. It's seeable. It's low homing. Don't get hit by it. It has some low profiling there, obviously, just like Snake Edge from Brian. Don't get hit by it. See it and block. Don't let it be a mix-up either, for fuck's sake. Don't let them mix you. Let them mix you with shit like this, you know, and that, so you get the full crouch. That's like a mix-up. Don't make this the option like, oh, that's the low option, and then that's the mid option. No, don't fucking do that shit. It's not a mix-up. See the low, block it, launch punish. Oh, she doesn't have a delay. Range don't matter. Alright, what's next? What's this? Oh, it's her unblockable? That's an unblockable, whatever. Next. Back one. This is a key move. I mentioned this move earlier. Tracks really well to Kat's left, her left. So, 14 frame startup. Back 1-2 is natural combo on normal hit and +5. Safe on block. Back 1-1 is a natural combo on counter hit. +3, +5. The back 1-1 is kind of whatever. It's only for juggles in my opinion, because you see it does the big flipping shit, right? So it will give him like a high wall splat. And back 1 by itself goes into Harrier. What is back 1 goes to Harrier? What's the frame data on it? +3. Oh, nice combo, bro. Oh shit, that's not a combo. This. I am running in borderless, that's why I get the FPS dips. I don't know if people are legitimately complaining about Katarina having the 4-4-4-4-4 shit, but if people are legitimately complaining about that, then I only got one word of advice for you. Get good, bitch. I showed how to blow it up earlier in the video. I'll be uploading this to YouTube like always. So 14 frame startup, really good hitbox on this. I have not tested it against AOP. Let's do that right now. So, back one I mentioned earlier, if you get to Mishima, a lot of them in the round start like to sidestep right and electric right at the beginning of the round, because electric loses when you sidestep to your left, which is their right. So I like to start a lot of rounds against Mishima players that do that with Kat's back one, because it reliably tracks to her left side. And it has a ton of range. Okay, see? It has like, well, not a ton, it has good range. It has round start range, basically, for a 14 frame mid poke. Even though she's like keeping her elbow to her fucking side like that, it looks like it shouldn't have that much range, but she goes forward so much that it, you know, it does. Let's have a look-see here at AOP. It looks like it hits AOP duck to me. I'm trying to like time it to catch the AOP duck. Alright. Now here's the big test. Let's record this again. Sidestep right AOP. You've probably heard Aris talk about this. That's not it. There it is. You see that shit? I have to do this. It doesn't matter. It could be a fucking homing move that hits her normally in AOP. It'll probably lose to that shit. That's how fucked up that shit is. I mean, that'll fucking work though. I think that hits AOP in general. Whoops. Yeah, that hits AOP. That seems to hit AOP in general. Still, sidestep right into AOP is fucked. It's fucked. There's something about her animation. She crouches, her AOP automatically moves her to her right a little bit, and then she just fucking low profiles everything. Nah, I'm not playing against other people. I'm only doing these moveless run-throughs. What's up, Broadway? Let's see what's going on in the chat. People lazy, they don't know this 4-4-4 bullshit has a gap. You can interrupt after the up forward 4-4, can't you? I don't know. I think you can. I'm running borderless too, and I get occasional slowdown with the frame data. Yeah, Jester, you see, if you look at my frame on the top left, it dips into the red fairly often. Not so much in this stage, though. I don't know what happened, because it wasn't like that at first. I was able to run borderless fine. I don't know, maybe they stabilized it. Maybe it doesn't happen like it used to. But if you look at my Steve video on the YouTube, if you can scroll down, you see the YouTube, I go through a lot of character movements. It's alright, Enigma, no problem. For those that don't know, when I stream Tekken, I mostly do what I'm doing right now with Katarina. I go through a character's move list. I explain how I think the usage for every move, how to beat every move, why moves are good, why moves are bad, in my opinion. And I upload these stream archives to my YouTube. If you scroll down, you'll see the link. And I've gone through all of the new characters except for Akuma. I went through Katarina before the game was out, so I couldn't stream it on Twitch. I went through it on the what used to be known as Hitbox, now it's Smashbox or whatever, right? So I didn't upload that to my YouTube either. So that's why I'm going through her now, even though I've played her for a bit already, so I know a couple of things about her. And I also went through Steve last time. I went through Raven. I went through Asuka. I plan on eventually going through the whole cast. And I take Q&A from the chat. I take that as a very big compliment. I don't consider myself a Sage Jam. I would love to be the fucking Sage Jam of Tekken. Are you kidding me? I would love to do commentary, because I'm not a very good player. I've played Tekken for a very long time, and I've always been bad. But I know up here. I just don't know over here. I'm bad at the execution aspect. So yeah, AOP. What else is AOP? Let's see. Yeah, that won't work. Oof, low profile, huh? Okay, so that hits regular AOP, not AOP duck, as you can see. What else can we test? Forward one hits AOP. not AOP duck. Her hopkick whiffs. Up forward 3 whiffs. Back 1, baby. Back 1. Look at that. Look at that. It hits AOP duck. Ooh. A fast mid that hits AOP duck, man. That's so fucking good. There it is. They both whiffed. Both kicks. Okay, yeah, that's a good one. That's expected. Yeah, not for that, though. Oh my god, I sidestepped with her and it whiffed. You saw that? Oh, that's so crazy. What other moves can I think of? What other moves hit AOP? Not the knee. Then he ain't gonna fucking hit AOP, right? Duck. AOP duck. There it is. There it is. You guys got any other ideas? I don't have a main anymore because they took Marduk out of the game. Dragonov's my secondary. I gotta blow my nose. Sorry, guys. My fucking allergies are kicking in. Goddamn summer. The down 2C is good for AOP. Not for AOP sidestep, but as it looks like it should, it hits her out of that shit. Alright. Down forward 3. Nope. What else do we got here? What are the mids? I tested that. Down 1. There we go. Down 1. This probably is gonna work, right? Oh no! Swinging that air right through her. My main is Gig Ass. Oh, I'll be playing some fucking Geese. If I like Geese enough, I'll be maining Geese for sure. Are you kidding me? Back 4 maybe? Oh, this is good. This looks good for AOP duck. Yep. Kick her right in the face. Right in the fucking chin. Did that already. 3? Not quite. Alright, yeah, I can't think of anything else. Forward. The Harrier stuff comes out too slow. 12 frame mid, that's definitely gonna lose. Oh, yes, of course. Thought so. Good. Good. It hit her during the duck too. Alright. That's enough of that. I can't think of anything else, right? Forwards. Okay, I tested all of that. What's oh, the armor move. Okay, it hits regular AOP, but not the duck. That's a low. Back 1 is called it's called peck. Inside peck upper. Ultra claw. Oh yes. This move has a use. I'll get to it later. It's not a good backswing blow though. Cool thrust. I did that already. That's a 12 frame mid. Ah, that might work. Yeah, right. Oh boy. That's a high. Yeah. I'm sure that hits grounded, so I'm sure it'll hit AOP duck. Nah, I haven't, Jester. My stick is still fucked. Yeah, I do the long form analysis. Very long form. Move by move. A lot of other people do the top 10, top 15 short tutorials, which are fine. I'm not like talking shit about those. If I am, I'm jokingly talking shit. But like, I figure if I'm gonna do my own thing, it's gotta be something different from those other people. And this is my thing. Overanalyze every freaking move, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, Gigas is Katarina's father that adopted her or whatever. Alright, I got it. Ah! Gross. I know, I'm sorry. Can't help myself right now. Okay, so I was checking out the AOP stuff. Back one. So back one, really good move. So like, if you didn't do this kind of exploring that I just did, you would just look at this shit. It's like 23 damage. That shit's trash. 14 frames, not the fastest. Good range, but only +5, right? Why is this a counter hit? You know, at face value, this move doesn't really seem that great. But when you start to put all this together, you start to realize this is why I like this move so much. Her tracking is kind of like, it's okay-ish, but this is fucking super reliable to her left side. And it's fast. Oh, wrong way. Her left side. Opponent goes right. See? Good move. So there's one more thing about this move. Back one by itself, as I mentioned before, goes into Harrier. This also goes to Harrier at +3. The other move goes down 2 goes to Harrier. I think it's a little bit better on block than this is. But this is uninterruptible. You could sidestep it, but it's uninterruptible. Harrier 1. +3, right? Okay, no jab. It's a high though. What do you say here? I hope Gigas gets a buff or something. They don't really do balance patches in Tekken. What you get is, unless it's like a really, really fucked up broken thing, they're not gonna fix it. Gigas is high aggression, he's high damage. Something like that, Xeon. And it's like, I would say, oh, big spoiler, but no, here's how it works in story mode. Story mode has, the main story mode has like a main story with a third of the cast, right? And then you unlock these little side things where you fight one battle with one character. It'll give you some text before they fight, and then you fight the battle, and it gives you like a short little shitty, jokey cutscene after. And that's it. Katarina's talks about finding her father figure that disappeared or something, right? That erased her. He adopted her and raised her. And then her battle is Gigas. And then they have a weird little cutscene that implies that Gigas is that guy. So that's that. Yeah, story mode in this game is trash. I'm glad Aris flushed it. The only reason I wouldn't want to see Aris play story mode is if he gets up to that part towards the end, you know, the fucking satellite. And those last few fights, if he had played on hard, he would have flushed that shit so fast. I went through that shit, I uploaded it to YouTube too. That shit was miserable. Alright, anyway. I just want Marduk back. Just give me Marduk back, man. I know they got other priorities first. I'm happy for Geese. I want Marduk back. Fuck Lei. I don't care about Lei. I really don't care about Julie either. Anyway, back to the action here. So back one in general is a key move. And back when it's a Harrier, you get to respect that a couple of times, right? But you can still step it. Unlike the back 2 version, I don't think you can step that one. Well, I should just let the AI do it, right? Stand guard. Sidestep, right? Okay. Sidestep, right? Okay, sidewalk, right? Oh, good. So you can't step that. Good. On block. The knee's the next one. This is super linear, though. They can't step it. Left. Okay, they can step it right. Step that. Yeah, so everything else is pretty linear. Either way it goes, you get them to respect this once or twice. Eventually, you can work in this. And that. But it's super high risk, so I wouldn't recommend it. Either way it goes, back 1-2 is safe, back 1-1 is safe, back 1 by itself is safe. They're all like -8, -9 though. And like I said before, back 1-1 is a high wall carry. So you do like a simple ass wall carry combo, right? You know? Look at all that carry. They can also give you the high wall splat if they hit the wall at the apex. Alright, so next is back 1-2, combos on normal hit. Back 1-1 needs counter hit. There's no counter hit properties on it either, right? You could delay it, I think, right? No, you cannot delay either of those. You have to, yeah, you have to go right into it. Both of them. Okay. Alright, so next we got back 2. So it looks like it's a backswing blow. It's kind of a high crush. I wouldn't even call it a crush. She's just leaning back. Yeah, actually. See? Look at that. Not even a jab. That shit ain't no crush. You block it shallow, though. Yeah, see, if you block it shallow, it's more consistent. Also, it's -13. That's not a punish. Yeah, see, that's not punishing. -13. It is a launcher, though, right? Like, so whatever, right? I'm better juggle than that, I'm sure. Can I get this? Forward 4-4, please. The recovery's so slow, she might not get it. Oh, how about? Nope. Whatever. So, I'm going to show you a use for this move right now. And I'm also going to talk about a future video I'm going to do, a little project I'm going to edit together and upload to my YouTube. Because I haven't done any editing in a while. You guys ready for some anti-Leo tech? Especially scrubby Leo? Leo has quite a few good scrub killers, one of them being back +1-4, right? So no matter which character you're using, you should test stuff against this. So, you've probably seen this. Leo goes into that stance, has that. If you press anything on block after that knee, that's going to counter hit you for a juggle, right? Whatever, I mean. And then a wall splash too. See? That's a combo starter. So you can't interrupt that, so then you duck. But then when you duck, or also that gets you to duck. But then when you duck, how do you fuck you do it? There it is. When you duck, you eat the hop kick or the double hop kick, right? Right? Here's the thing about this move. Oh, also about that, I forgot to add. That by itself is a counter hit juggle starter. And that tail spins. So, step one to dealing with this move. Regardless of who your character is, this is not universal, but here's one thing you can test. Side step to your left. Right? That's step one. Step two. Do you have a move that is a backswing blow? Or like a backswing blow? If you do, you will launch her. After the back one. This does not leave Leo without options. It does not leave Leo without options. What it will do is it will blow up shitty Leo players that rely on that shit like crazy to carry them. And there are a lot. There are gonna be a lot of them if you run into them. There's not a lot of Leo players, but a lot of them rely on this fucking move. Right? That string. Will Kazuya's back +1/+2 work? I bet you it does. Hold on, I got a stupid auto mod. Alright. In the case of Kazuya's, at least his is safe on block. So the Leo back one by itself is -12. So if Leo were to do back one into back one, that uppercut would counter hit. That Katarina uppercut. Where the hell is Kazuya? Where is he? Man, I'm blind. I'm not seeing Kazuya. Oh, I was highlighting him the whole time. All right. I'm a fucking idiot. All right, so Kazuya will be able to sidestep and beat it out, I'm sure. Oh shit! Signs of love. I'm out of it. I just recovered from being sick, and now I'm getting sick again. So forgive me. That looks like it should work. I'm sure you can sidestep it if it doesn't work, right? Here. So yeah, you think I've been glancing, right? Whatever. Let me not get in that vortex. So here's why it's important to know that there are options other than sidestep. Sidestep is probably the best option, the safest option, right? So I actually learned this from Juicebox, watching Juicebox practice some anti-Leo tech. So Jin's sidestep is not as good. It's about a little bit either average or a little bit below average. Alright, so you might hear some pitter-patter coming from the background because it's raining hard on my air conditioner right now. So Jin up close cannot sidestep. From shadow block though, he could sidestep, see? But up close he cannot. What can Jin do? Better than that. Aw, man. Whatever. So that's a high damage launcher. I've seen Jin get 80 damage off of that shit without rage, without walls or rage. But CDS low profiles it and moves back one. So there you go. If you can't sidestep it left, check your other options. You know who out there has no options? You already know who I'm going to say. I think you do. about shallow? No, not even shallow. Nah. That hits him out of the starter with that armor. Poor Gigas. He doesn't have any backswing moves, right? Maybe that. What's that? Okay. Not even that. How about Shadow Block? What's up, Naughty Senpai? Alright, so Giga's got nothing. You guys get the idea, right? Sidestep left or backswing below. Bet you Geese will be able to do the predictable on that knee. Back to Katarina. Back to the Hoochie Mama. What is Shadow Block and Fuzzy Guard? I'll explain, sure. Shadow Block means you don't block something up close. Would Gigas' regular armor move work? Yeah, I believe it would, actually. I already switched characters, I won't test. But if he was able to do his regular armor move, the other armor move, armor has like 8 frame startup, I think, or 7 frame startup universally. So the other one is going to blow through for sure. So that's another option, armor move. Anyway. Shadow Block means you're blocking it from like long range, max distance. For example, Paul's Death Fist. If Paul is right in your face, he gets something called a clean hit. It makes Death Fist do 60 damage. If Paul is like here and he Death Fists you, he hits you, it doesn't clean hit. He gets 40 damage. So the difference between guarding it shallow or guarding it up close is when it's more rewarding, you're right in his face, so you'll be able to punish it on block. Shadow Block, it's less rewarding, but because of the pushback, you're probably not going to punish it. It's still high damage, it's like 40 damage, but still. Right? So that's one example. Shadow Block just means blocking it from max distance. That's like blocking it from this. She would have blocked it from that distance, that's shallow. Right? Shallow, deep. Shallow, deep. Fuzzy is just a fancy term in whenever there's like a mid-low or in a 2D fighter overhead-low mix-up in a fighting game. Fuzzy just typically means you're ducking for a moment for some reason because of a mix-up, depending on the timing. You duck into a stand, or in the case of Tekken, you low parry and you stand. There's a lot of uses for this. I guess I'll show you one right now. In my video that before this game came out, I made a video about learning offense in Tekken. And then I showed this as an example. Sergey. Yeah, Fuzzy Guard is option selecting your block. You block low for a moment, then high in order to cover 2 options. That's a short answer. But you know how I like to do it? I like to show you an example. The fuzzy is important when you're in a situation dealing with a mid and a low versus a low, where one is faster than the other, significantly faster. Let's say 3 frames. I'm going to show you an example here with Dragunov. So Dragunov has one of the best low pokes in the game, down 2. That starts up at 18 frames. If I were to mix it up with, let's say, back 4, 15 frames. That's a 3 frame difference, right? So let's say off of a jab, I'll go into a 15 frame mid. That is linear. And the low that tracks. You cannot sidestep that low up close for shit. You can't do it. Can't do it. Can't do it. That mid though, you can do it. Not the second hit, but the first hit you can totally do it, right? If you don't suck like I do, totally if you don't suck like I do, you can totally sidestep. Alright, let's just go this way to make it consistently, right? So I'm getting around the mid, but I'm stand blocking, right? So that second hit that tracks, It's a high. You know what? This is a better example. My old example. 13 frame mid. So it's going to be a bigger gap, right? 19, 13, 6 frame gap here. So that's super linear, right? So I don't have to make this really simple, so you get the idea here. So the mid is faster than the low. If I was fighting against a Dragunov and that was his mix-up for whatever reason, jab into that or jab into down 2. The down 2 is slower. So what if I time my block late? If I like crouch block late? See, I'm moving too early. Right? Now, a better example would be 15 frame mid, 12 frame low. No, that's not. Oh, I'm sorry. 12 frame low. This is easy to do because then it's not timing it late. Now I have to duck earlier to block the low than the mid. See, I'm not great at it, but I'm blocking the mid, right? Now I'm doing it with the low parry. Ooh, this is long. Point being, it's really hard to do with that, but the bigger the gap, the easier it is, right? So let me get a slower mid. What's a slower mid I could do? Okay. 15, 20. That's too slow. Anybody got a slow mid I could do? 18 frames. Okay, here we go. This is a very big thing in Virtual Fighter. This is like a big part of the general defense in Virtual Fighter. So this is how you deal with a lot of like canned mix-ups. This is why timing your attacks is so important in Tekken, because the best players in the world are really good at utilizing this. I've never been particularly good, but I suck. If I were good, I'd be drilling this kind of shit constantly, right? The bigger the gap between the mid and the low, the better fuzzy guard is. But if you're in a situation where people are mixing you up with a mid and low that are hitting at the same time, you can't fuzzy. I missed a lot of chat. What are you guys saying? The low parry won't work in every situation. That is correct. Ganryu used to have this string with, I forget the input, but he would do like mid, and then a low swipe, or just mid until like a knockdown mid swipe. If Ganryu did not delay that string, it was an example of you being able to stand guard and then low block after stand guarding. And then stand guard again afterwards. Typically when people mean fuzzy guard, they mean the low is faster than the mid. That's usually what's going on. And also, it's not just in built-in mix-ups. It's like in the neutral situation when you're right here, you gotta tap down real quick or tap down forward, just to catch a low poke, just in case with certain timing. Technically, when you backdash cancel, you are fuzzy guarding. You're blocking low for like X amount of frames when you backdash cancel. What's up, Landodia? Did I miss anything in chat? There's not very many lows that you cannot low parry. Most lows you can low parry, especially the good ones. Alright, so next on the list was it back two? Alright, I talked about back two already, right? No real tracking on that at all. I already know that. Next is back three. 12 frame mid poke. I talked countless times about this kind of stuff. Hers pushes back. On hit and on guard, a little bit of pushback. But -9, so it's like whatever, right? Only +2 on hit. 12 frame mids are rare from standing. From standing, 12 frames mids are rare. They're not as rare from while standing, but when you're standing, they are rare. She has one with good range. Just like Dragunov's down forward 4, I think Yoshimitsu's down forward 4. These are always good. They're good round enders especially, but they're linear. So, I don't know if hers is as linear as the other ones. It sure is. Yes, sirree. It's very linear. Nothing fancy about it beyond the fact that it's a 12 frame mid. See, it's 15 damage, 18 damage. It's fine. It takes a while, a long while to get good at Tekken, my friend. I'm still bad at Tekken. I've been playing it for like, I've been playing it in a way where I've been learning it for like 10 years. Inconsistently, but 10 years now. Wait, DR came out in 2005, right? Make that 12 years. Shit. 11 or 12 years? Anyway, next we got back 4. So this move on paper looks awful until you realize that a couple of things. So on counter hit, it gives you a juggle. Here's why it looks bad. It's -15 on block. It does push back, but it's also pretty linear, I think. Yeah. The animation is really fucking cool. She's folding her arms and kicking you like a boss. So -15, right? First of all, you gotta know that there's an extension to this move. It is high. So you can duck it. And it forces crouch, but it's -12. It's natural combo on normal hit, right? Yeah, it is. And on counter hit, that knee starts to juggle. If you go for the headbutt on counter hit, you're gonna fuck up your combo. Right? It'll floor break, but that's it. None of this shit matters. Here, in my opinion, is what matters about this fucking move. We're gonna point direction. You guys get what I'm getting at here, right? Basically, it very reliably and from a very long range hits grounded. This does too. Right? But the difference is, when they get up and... If you're going to go guess mid, if you're going to do Oki and you're like, I'm going to go mid on Oki, and you choose to do this, and they block that, that's all you get and they punish it. But if you choose to do this and they get up, they still have to worry about headbutts. On top of the fact that if they were to press buttons getting up, you get a juggle. This move is for Oki. Do not use it otherwise. It's not a good move otherwise. So, and it has a ton of range, and it hits reliably from on the ground from like pretty far. About the same distance, well, in might depend on the angle here too. Yeah, kind of far. Not quite here, but here for sure. Up back 4 does have a little more range to hit grounded. It also swings in an awkward angle, so like in a situation like that where it whiffed. It whiffed that one time I went right. Not that time though, weird, right? Here it's good. By the way, they're both good at all angles, because the hitbox, even though she's not touching her physically, it's still hitting her. It just has a hitbox that like reaches to the fucking ground. This is one of those moves they designed that way. So that move is for Oki. Also, what's the damage? That's 20 damage. So that's 13 damage. That's the other exchange. It's less damage if they don't get counter hit. So that's what that move's all about. Don't use it otherwise. All that animation is fucking great too. What else we got here? Back plus 3 plus 4. So this is that weird ass evasive move that I have not used at all. I think this move is pretty good. This is like that Anna move out of her, what was it? Her Chaos Step? Is that what it was fucking called? One of Anna's stances, I think. She did this move. Or something like it. There is some, like, backswing blow style properties to it. It probably will work on Leo's back 1-4. But this is unsafe, right? This is, yeah, this is super unsafe. But it pushes back. Yeah, I do. Funny how that works, right? So her long range 17 frame, that'll reach. It's negative 17. Depending on the character, they might not be able to punish it. And here's another example, shallow block, friends. If I can make this shallow block, first of all, only one is gonna be blocked, right? Ah, I did hit her. So luckily, Katarina will always have the range to deal with this. Yeah, Katarina will always have the range. Most of the cast will have trouble getting a full launch against a move like that. So if you're looking for anti-cat tech, you better get your block punish for that shit down, because that's an annoying move to deal with if you don't have a good thing her hitbox is so good. Ugh, fuck. Yeah, Cat has such good hitboxes that she never has to worry about, well, let's not say never. More often than not, she doesn't have to worry about these weird kinds of moves like this, I feel like, right? Ah, well, there's one. It does beat highs consistently, though. That wall splats, knocks down. Nothing special outside of that, though. Oh yeah, that's just the tracking. Pretty linear. Heh. Well, that happened. Sidewalk right. Punish. You saw that, right? Ah. So 14 frames, not 15. Punish. That shit's linear. Did I know that Lars has a 15 frame low poke? Sure. I mean, I didn't know that, but that's not a big deal. Do you know that this is a 12 frame low poke? Did you know that Marduk had a 14 frame low poke? Rest in peace. A 14 frame low poke that was a knee, so you couldn't low parry it, and it tracked really well up close, so you couldn't really sidestep it. Alright. Next we have up back 4. You already know what this move's about. I've said it a few times. This is an Oki tool. This is amazing at the fucking wall. Especially amazing at the wall. It causes them to backflip off the floor. Up back 4 is negative 14 though, on block. It seems like it might track pretty decently to her right, but let's test. Walk. Yeah. Only in a +1 situation. Yeah, so it's pretty linear. Little cat step. I just seems to have kind of a wide hitbox to her right side, but it has a very low hitbox. So hits grounded, it will hit capos. What's the startup on that shit? 16 frames. So that's gonna be a good anti-capo tool. For relaxed. That's gonna be how you punish capos going into relaxed when they shouldn't be. What about this? This was 17 frames, okay. That was up back 4, right? Yeah, up back 4. Negative 14. Oops, back 1. It recovers so slow. There it goes, punish. So some characters can launch that, so you gotta be careful. Like Brian, for example, Jet Upper. Kazuya, Electric, any Electric really, including Jins, regular Jins. That'll launch that. Lars forward back 2-1 is a mid launcher. Forward back 2-1. 14 frames, by the way. 14 frame mid launcher. Alisa has back 3 into the chainsaws, which is not a full juggle, but it's a lot of damage for 14 frame high. Unless she breaks the floor, then she gets a full juggle. I don't know what else. What other nasty 14 frame punishes are there? Josie's Superman punch into the 3-hit string. That'll punish that. Shagnoff's forward 4-4. It's not particularly nasty, but whatever. Alright, well, that's enough. You get the idea. Next we got up forward 3. So this is a bit more range than her hop kick. So yeah, move back a little bit. It misses. Right, so now up forward 3. Yeah, see? Just a teeny little bit more range than her hop kick. See, miss. Hits. Just a little more range than her hop kick. But in exchange for that, also, wait, it's 22 damage, so it's a more damaging juggle starter too. But she can't land the 4-4-4. So she has to do like other juggles. Whatever. I'm sure she gets a good juggle off of that. Hop kick is 20 damage, but you can go right into 4-4-4. That's what I like about that. Paul back 3. Yeah, that's a 14 frame. Is it Paul back 1 too? Oh, back three might be a juggle starter. Actually, it's a knee, right? So yeah, that's really the only thing about this. It's slower than a hop kick, 19 frames. It is also negative 13 though, just like her hop kick. But that's really all. It's just a little tiny bit more range, a little slower, and it's more damage than the hop kick. She probably gets better damage off of that shit. Wow, why doesn't that combo? Whatever. Next we got the hop kick series. Oh, her hop kick series goes into Harrier too. 1, 2, 3, 4. Really shitty. That damage is garbage city. Harrier out of that is -1, so you can interrupt all her options, so it's not even good for that. Without Harrier, the shit is -5. So the thing about this hop kick shit, Paul has a really good punish game with a wide array of frames. Yeah, sure, he definitely does. I don't even know. So the thing about this is you see a lot of people complain about this. Oop, not that. Let's look at all the ways we could deal with this. First of all, you can always interrupt it with a 13 frame move. It's -13 regardless of if she continues to string or not. See, if I go 14, I'll get exchange. See? So that's the first thing. Second of all, that is a high in there. Third of all, you could step the high too. Right, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, do you need more ways to deal with this ring? That just punish the hop kick. Don't fucking get scrubbed out by that shit, please. Get caught asleep at the wheel. Up forward 4-4. That's it. That's the good move. The rest of that shit is trash. It's just a built-in combo, so people that are mashing get the nice little fancy combo. 47 damage. 64 damage with a proper juggle. There's no reason to complain about that move. It's a great hop kick though. Good hitbox, good range. Round start range. Yeah, Cat is a weird one, man. Best backdash in the game is Raven? I don't know about that. Kazumi seems to have really good movement. Bloodhawk, like, straight up said that Kazumi's movement carried him through tournaments. Alright, so next we got forward 2. This is a move that... This is actually her highest damage, was it? That's 34. 33. I take that back. That high is 12 frames? Yeah, 12 frames. That's a 12 frame high. If you're really good, that could be her 12 frame Punisher. But it's only 33 with damage instead of 30 damage. They both fall splat. So that's actually -14. Shitty move. I think it jails. Yeah, it jails. Wow. Wow, wait. Oh, wow. I can't reach her with anything. This move's better than I thought. 12 frame high. Almighty is a great song. It's a forward forward move, so yeah, you're gonna think linear, but remember when I said about forward forward moves? You could delay them a little bit. See? If you don't delay it, she gets around. So forward, hold forward for a bit, and then press the 2 to delay. You can't delay the 4 though. You have to hit the 2-4 really fast. This move might be better than I thought. The only problem is it's a high. I mean, it jails, but the first hit is a high. But at 12 frames, that's good stardom for a move like this. It is also a tailspin move. But like, why would you do that when you got 2-2, right? 49 damage, that's why I said 50. That's a hard pickup. Alright. Next we got forward forward 3, which is the same as Harrier up forward 3. And just like a Harrier up forward 3, you can pick up with the combo. That should work. I don't know why it doesn't. Wasn't that the other pickup? Or was it down forward 1? It's down forward 1. Shit, you gotta really be sharp. Good damage. That wasn't even the best damaging combo, and I got 67 out of that. So good damage. She gets like well over 60 off of every launcher. That's kind of uncommon. Some characters get like lower 60s. She gets at least mid 60s constantly. She just doesn't have that super high damage, even with rage drive. She doesn't get like crazy damage. Well, her wall damage is good though. If you go into this, because that knee always gets a low wall hit, or almost always does at least. It's a homie move. It's actually unsafe. Forward, forward, forward. Oh, by the way, just to go recap, forward, forward 3, -6 force crouch on block, so it's safe. And it is linear. Like, do I really need to do this? I don't think I do. Quite linear. Maybe not for step because it's slow enough. Yeah, it's slow, so you're gonna. Oh, you can step to your left apparently. All right. Next we got 444. That's like her only homing move, I think. Oh no, other than Snake Edge. 444 is her homing move that also tailspins, like I showed several times already. It is unsafe. Good range though, right? It's a forward move, so it's gonna have good range because of that too. It pushes back though. I can still get 13 frames though, as you can see. If they shallow block it, yeah, if they shallow block it though, you can make it safe. See? So if you get them to block just the tip, baby. What up, Asafo Nash? If you get them to block just the tip, it is safe. Maybe Gigas will punish it now I think about it. I don't know. Mostly safe, let's say. And yeah, so it's a good move. Good damage, right? 27 damage is alright. Nothing on counter hit though. I kind of wish I gave her instant tailspin on counter hit, but you can't have it all. But that's why I like that her up forward 4-4 cost is instant bound, because it lets you do forward 4-4 right off the bat. Right up front with the least amount of scaling possible, 70%. Alright, next is her while running 3. It sucks. It hits grounded. That's the one good thing about it. It hits grounded, but it pushes back on block and she's negative. And it's slower than Kazumi's, for example, the punch that comes out really fast. They're both similar in that you're spaced out here, so the negative frames doesn't matter. But since Katarina's slower and goes in the air, you just float her out of it really easy. I don't like that. You can see though it hits grounded. My instant while running game is off. I like how she poses when she lands though. Her it looks cool. I like the way it looks. I don't like it as a move. I like to. I guess I'm spoiled. I like those plus on block while running. For example, I think Gigas' while running 2 is a fucking amazing move. It has weight. It's like running shoulder. It has more range than it looks like it does, and it hits pretty low. Like I'm not gonna say it hits AOP duck, but it does hit AOP regular. And it just slant. It gets a full wall splat. He gets a full wall combo. You know. It's no Ling while running 3 where she could juggle off a normal hit, but still. You know, I don't like it. I think she gets a free follow-up if they're near the wall, because that kind of knockdown. But her Oki isn't great. If I do 2 of these back-to-back, I'm going to get floated with a while standing 4. Alright, next. Next is her while standing moves, right? So while standing 4 is a typical 11 frame while standing move. But hers kicks really high, I notice. Like, I've been able to hit Akuma out of the air with this, which I feel like wouldn't always happen. But outside of that, it's a standard while standing 4, nothing special about it. That's 11 frames, though. Her 13 frame while standing Punisher is while standing 1-1. And I talked about this before. The frame data, if she could go into Harrier, and frame data for Harrier out of this is exactly the same as down forward 1-1 Harrier. Which is to say, -1 on block plus 10 on hit. So if you punish with this, you could do a Harrier mix-up. But it's only 21 damage. Really shitty. And then at 15 frames, she launches with a while standing 2. While standing 3 goes, it's the same as her standing 3, and that's 16 frames. It sucks. Don't use it. And that's her while standing game, right? But then she has the full crouch, right? So she has the full crouch game specifically because she has this from full crouch, unique. 0 on hit, 24 damage also, really good damage. But this one on counter hit doesn't give her anything. Like the down forward 3+4 on counter hit gives it a knockdown. Like that. The full crouch one does not. But you could, if you just want an easy follow up to the counter hit that, you could just mash down forward 4 because you recover crouching. FYI, this is horrible on block. -16, right? Yep, -16. Yeah, but because of that, she gets a full crouch mix-up. Because it does good damage, that's the thing. It's not a knockdown, but 24 damage is very high for a low. Like, they eat 2 of these back-to-back. You know, they eat this into that. Look, they eat that, 21 damage into that, 24 damage, that's 45 damage. Just because they ate 2 lows back-to-back. They're going to react somehow. That's what makes it valuable. It's not as good as other full crouch games with knockdown lows or plus on hit lows. But it's good. It's good. You just got to remember that it's 0. Whether you're the Katarina player yourself and you're thinking, I'm going to do this and they're going to get afraid, don't be afraid of this hits you. If it hits you, you're neutral. Neutral, neutral, neutral. And at best, he has an 11 frame mid. What's up, Jay Money? Sure, I'm down to chill later. Later. How's the tracking on this shit? This is the battle music for Persona 4 Golden. It's pretty good. So sidewalk left. Sidewalk to Katarina. The attacker is right. So you're left to get around that. That's one way. That's a big whiff too. She also has this kind of unique animation on the full crouch down 3. And that's only negative 14. But it is negative 3. No special counter here for that one. That's a 16 frame low. This is a good low. It's just it's negative on hit. It pushes back, but it's negative on hit. So you can't follow up really. You can backdash after it. You do like this. Oh. You'll be like and then set it up to with the backdash to bait a whiff because it pushes back on hit. So full crouch down 3 is solid too. It's only 12 damage as opposed to boosh 24 damage. But at the very least, it's negative 14 so most on block, so most of the cast will not be able to launch it on block. Next we have her unique stomp. There's not a special well, let me not say that. There's no good Oki off of it, right? Or maybe there is. It keeps them right in front of her. That's what it is. There's good Oki and it does above average stomp damage, right? Is that what it is about her stomp? But it's negative 21 on block. So if you're going for the stomp and it's a slow stomp, she has to pick her foot up really high before she does it. See, she has to do that animation, that laugh. But you see, they stay right in front of her. Let me turn off the window. So you see, the difference between this and other stomps is they're right in front of her. I don't know if all stomps do that, but hers does. Usually they knock them like that. They will knock them away. But like Dragon Stomp would knock them away, I feel like. But hers keeps them right there. Aris thought that this was guaranteed. It is not. It is not at all. So if I put guard off, just stand up. Tech? You can tech after that, right? Oh, that's not tech. What am I doing? What about backup? Could have sworn I tested this. Okay, so that stomp takes these away from you. Right? That's what's happening here. The stomp takes that away. So stomp re-spikes you. Alright, I gotta find a way to record this on myself. Nah, that was an insane knockdown. That'll do. This might be guaranteed. Yeah. Oh. I wonder when I tested this like a long time ago, and for some reason in my memory it's saying that it wasn't guaranteed. But it seems like it is guaranteed. I wonder what I tested. Maybe it was the... Maybe it's only guaranteed when you get that animation, when she's like, ooh. But yeah, maybe that's what I did. It has to be face up, feet towards, probably, right? I think I tested it off of the wall combo. Because that's what I was wondering. Oops, I hit X like I should have hit stage 1. Back 4 is good. Yeah, I noticed. It's only face up, it seems like. If you say timing, do you mean low wall hit? Look at my wall splat. Right, so that's not gonna work, right? So it has to be a low wall hit, right? No, see, it's not doing that special animation, that's why. That's weird. That might be good, Oki. Yeah, so in the wall situation, it doesn't seem like I can, unless there's some trick, it doesn't seem like I can make it guaranteed. But if you ever catch a stomp, if you use the Harrier 4 wall combo, you don't have Oki. You don't have Oki after Harrier. I guess you just show this. Actually, I don't even need to show this. I could do it like this. Oh, Harrier 4 to wall splat, okay. Alright, just show what I was talking about before. See? Beat out my 13 frame mid. Crouch jab worked. But yeah, you don't have any good Oki after that. Yeah, no, I know that. I'm just trying to see like how you can use the stomp. So it seems like this the only... So what you gotta look out for with this stomp, right? What I'm getting here. Right? Is you gotta look out for that animation. When they bounce off the floor like that. Then it's guaranteed. It doesn't seem to work face down. Face up though it does. See? As long as they bounce off the floor like that, you're good for that follow-up. It just seems like. Interesting. Alright. Next we got 1 plus 2 plus 3. If you want to taunt somebody, she has that. If you hold down during Harrier, you can cancel. It's a crouch. But it doesn't seem to cancel it early. I don't know. Let me try something. Why are jabs not reaching her? That's weird. That's about as fast as I can do it. Yeah, no. That cancel's gimmicky. That cancel's no good. So I went and run through the Harrier options, and that's the most frame advantage, down 2 to Harrier. And if not even an 11 frame mid is gonna work there, then that cancels shit. What about if she were to block out of that cancel? Can't even execute this shit, man. I can't help but press 4. Doesn't even make it. Man, 19 frames, but you get hit by fucking everything. 17 frames she blocked. Good for her. It still makes it negative 15 at best. If you cancel the best frame advantage move into that cancel. That shit's whack. And then all that's left is her Harrier moves after this, which I went through this before, right? Harrier 1 is high, wall splats, 12 frames. Time to change my playlist. Give me a moment here. Oh. Why did she get that time? What the fuck? Was I slow? Oh, it seems the same to me. Nah, down 2 forward is the best frame advantage on block. Back 1 is +3, down 2 is it +4? Or it might be the same actually, let's see. Down 2 is okay, no, they're both +3. Down 2 just has the ability to be +4 if you get shallow block. So they're both the same. I already went over this. And it's just like with the other one, I'm too slow. And this proves it. 16, she's blocking 16, but she can't block hopkick, just like with down 2. So the cancel is exactly the same. Yes, sir. And like I said, if you counter hit with down 2, it does the stun, right? But if you just go into Harrier 1, which is uninterruptible on block, you'll still get a combo, right? So whatever. Right? Look. See? And if she goes into the knee, I'll do a 12 frame move. Exchange. See? But if I jab, she'll get floated. Oh, she won't get floated. I catch it before she jumps. Interesting. Oh, 11 frame? Her magic 4 is 11? Her magic 4 is 11. I didn't know that. Good shit. 13 frames, she beats me out. So anyway, Harrier 1 is 12 frame high. Safe on block, only -3. A lot of frame advantages on hit. It says plus 17 here. Harrier 2 is that big ass punch, spikes. That's -14. This is guaranteed. But it's -14 force crouch, so certain characters will launch you for that. Harrier 3 is the low. Super bad on block, but it does knock down. And depending on how close you are to the wall, the Oki is good. But here, mid-stage, the Oki not so great. I would use back 4 instead of up back 4 there, as you can see. So holding back makes it whiff, but it's a safe whiff. Standing straight up, you get hit in the rear. Side roll, you get away. Side roll the other way, you get away. Stand straight up, you cannot block it. You cannot stand straight up and block this. This is a pretty safe whiff. You'll recover in time that if they roll, you could get away. So that's a safe whiff attempt. Where if they do anything to avoid getting hit by it, you're not going to get punished. So back 4 is the mid to go, the go-to mid for that situation. Oops. And then that for low maybe. Yeah, it hits side roll. Nice. Hold back. It hits hold back. Nice. You have to stand block. Side roll the other way. It hits side roll both ways. But you can get up and block it, and that's bad on block. So there's your mix-up. Now that you know the low covers side roll, wake back, wake up. It'll obviously cover stand straight up. And it interrupts wake up kick. That means the only way to not get hit by that low in that situation is to stand up and crouch. So you can mix that up with any mid. If you want a grounded hitting mid just in case, go with back 4. But if you want to get higher risk and you think you're going to get up and block low, you can hop kick. The good thing about hop kick is the second hit hits grounded, I learned, so. Ooh, look at how that hits. Yeah, I know that. I'm getting to it. I'm just going one by one through the Harrier moves. So I can still get up for that. But if I stay down, see, it hits. Alright, so the side roll loses. Yeah, so the hop kick is an interesting option. Still, they get up, block, you know, wow, they stand straight up, they get hit in the rear. I don't know what you would combo in that situation. Look at that. Weird that it hits him like that. Well, anyway, that's Harrier 3. And like I said this several times already, Harrier up forward 3 is just like forward forward 3. And on counter hit, you pick up either down forward 1 or back 1 if you're not slow. And that's safe on block and it hits grounded. And then yeah, that's Harrier 4 is the knee. It's the second fastest option, 15 frames. Nice damage, 27 damage, but it is -13 on block. And it's horrible on whiff. It keeps her moving forward though, so if people do sidewalk around you, they'd have to chase you down. That's her basic moveset. Other than that, we got the throws here. Which I don't think I've ever tested the Oki on her throws, so let's go through this now. This is 2 throw. Good, you interrupt that. Oop. Camera change. You switch sides on hit. You don't interrupt mid with that though. Oh, that camera change is fucking with me. It doesn't look like it's gonna camera change, but it does. You do interrupt mid with that. They'll be able to hold back on this, obviously, but we want to see side roll. Okay, so they have to roll side roll to their right side. This is not an option. They'll be able to stand block and do this too. This option is like annoying because it's not consistent. See, it says it hits her there, but if I were to record it on myself, I bet you I'll get away if I hold back. Okay, so it only switches sides on success. I'm just gonna hold back. Oh no! Wow, it catches. It catches. Oops. Oh, this is good. This is good. So the only way to get away from this. Wow, it's actually hard to do. There it is. I just did it without looking. So it's hard to time, but you can side roll without by mashing one, depending on what side you are. Side roll to your right, or rather, your character's left because they're facing the other way. Look towards the background on this side, towards the foreground on the other side. See the other way. That's towards the foreground. It's Hoochie Mama. What's up, KO? With a D. Man, that's really good. Oops. Switch sides. Remember to switch sides. So you need a low that'll hit the side rolls. It might just be down 3. Nope, it might be down back 3. Nope. Do you really have to do this? I guess that'll be the other one, right? I guess, but that's so high risk. That's so risky. Okay, get up and block. Right? But it won't catch the side rolls, so you can do that. Most people won't know the side roll, I think. And if they do, you can kind of chase them down, right? Just dash up on them and do other shit. That throw has quite good Oki, I must say. Who is Shirosha? You don't know who Shirosha is? Shirosha is a VF player. A very well-known one. Nah, Shirosha is known for Virtua Fighter. Java stop. He's mainly known for Virtua Fighter. What do I think overall? I think Katarina, she was the first character I learned in this game. I think she has good pokes. Back one is a really fucking good move. You might have missed it, but I tested this against AOP Duck, and she hits AOP Duck with this. A 14 frame mid poke. that tracks really well to her left side. It doesn't track side step right AOP though. Nothing does. Let's be real here. Well, except it's a homie move, like the only thing that will fucking track that shit. So back one is just a fucking key move for her. Not just because of the, you know, heavier one stuff, but back 1-2 is good also, and back 1-1 is good for juggles. You know? I think she has good wall carry. She has good juggle damage. She doesn't have great juggle damage. So what I mean by that is her average juggle damage is going to leave her at mid 65 to like 70, right? But outside of walls, she doesn't really get above, like really way above into like the mid 70s or the 80s like other characters can. Even with like Rage Drive. Her Rage Drive at most gets her in the upper 70s sometimes. What's up, Psycho? How's it going, bro? So, yeah, Hoochie Mama. You basically, you're late too, because I'm almost done with Hoochie Mama, man. It's been 3 hours. So I think she's really fucking good. She has a great amount of bucks. She has back 3 to 12 frame mid. With a lot of range and some pushback on it. And I think down 3 is a great low poke. So as far as her weaknesses, I don't like that to go for any low other than down 3 is to be launch punished on block. I don't like that. Except for down 4. She has generic down 4, which is good, always good. And this full crouch down 3, most of the cast won't launch that, but it is negative 14, so some can. I don't like that this knockdown low is seeable. When people get used to seeing it, this is actually very seeable. So no matter how good that reward at the wall is, if it's seeable, then it's like, fuck. Then it becomes, oh, use it as a high crush, you know? It's like edge case seeable. If you abuse it too much, you're gonna see it. Bloodhawk was seeing it when I started when I was abusing it. So you can't really abuse this against good players. This is good though. This is good. This is good. Her hop kick is very good. One of the better hop kicks in the game, in my opinion. I don't know if I would say the best, but definitely one of the better. One of the best, I would say. This is a good move, but then I already showed how to blow up both of her down forward 2 options. You can sidestep them both to your right. And I think her 12 frame Punisher is really good. Good range, she could hold forward during it because she doesn't have it too. I think her overall Oki is solid. She has her command grab is only for wall splats. I mean, in mid stage, but there's no Oki otherwise. But this does wall splat. Yeah, she recovers slow though. Just down forward 1+2. She can get this, but it's a little hard. Oops. Yeah, whatever. You might as well just down forward 1, up back 4 in that situation. But yeah, so her down forward 1+2 is good. The one throw. I don't know if the Oki on this is going to be as good as the other one. Let's see. I somehow skipped her armor move. I don't remember seeing it in this list. I'll go over in a second. Always says the wake up kicks first. That's all you gotta see. Okay. Back 4 and back 4 are both great Oki tools. Looks like you're good for side rolls here. So unlike the 2 throw, you can stand block this. but it covers the side rolls. So now you got that, you could just mix up whatever low, basically. You know? Any low that you want, you can mix it up. That's what that means. Here you can just hold back, and you'll block. Forward 3+4? Yeah, I know. I just didn't cover it, so I feel like I should bring it up. It pushes back a little bit, and it has long range. So if you get this shallow block, it's actually safe. That's the way to use this move. Where you're gonna throw out, if it gets blocked, you want them to block it from back here, so they can't punish you because it's -17. It's also linear as hell. Nothing will counter it either. See? That's 17 frames, doesn't reach. So you gotta use that long ass range. Down 4-1 doesn't hit grounded, does it? That's when they're trying to get up. If they stay down, that's not gonna hit. Right? See? That's not guaranteed. It'll probably hit them for trying to get up in any way, though, because it's fast, right? So if I try to hold up, it's gonna hit me. See? If it hit them, whenever, you know what's the giveaway? When you see that animation where they just kind of flop to the floor like that, like, oh, they fall down. What that means is if this were tag 2 and they were holding back, it would have floated them for rolling. That's just the new animation for that. So that means they were trying to get up. That's how you know. That's Katarina in a nutshell. Did I forget anything? I forget that apparently that the game could crash when you go to a move list. That's what I forgot. You guys can't see it, but it just crashed on me. And that's Katarina. Yeah. Well, no. It's not a mix-up between up, back, forward, and down, forward, 1. Because down, forward, 1 does not hit them if they stay down. I mean, I guess you're right. Actually, sorry. Up, back, forward hits them if they stay down. Yes. But that's shit reward. Like, if you're gonna go with a down, forward, 1, if they try to get up, that's like the damage is trash. If you're gonna do that, mix up, back, forward with a low that's gonna hit them grounded. Down 3 hits grounded. Down, forward 3+4 hits grounded. Down, back 4 hits grounded. And if for whatever reason they get up and they don't block it, it's a launch. Down, back 3 will hit in that situation. That's good timing. I just finished with the cat guide, right? That's the second time this game has ever crashed on me. It didn't crash on me at first. I'm going to upload this to the YouTube like always. You guys know how I do. But I'm done with Katarina. I'm going to switch to the PS4. Maybe I'll play a little bit online with her so we can see. That's part of the reason why I don't stream on Steam. The Steam version of the game. So yeah. Hope you guys learned something. Like always, I know I did. It's going up on the YouTube later. If you scroll down, you'll see it. Just give me a few.